Hello, we're going to continue with our Semantics and Pragmatics course. And in this Unit 4, we're covering Pragmatics. This is Lesson 3, Implicature and Presuppositions. Sorry, Implicature and Presuppositions. These are the Franklin and Rodman An Introduction to Language pages you need to go over, and also the Study of Language by George Yule, page 133. Okay. Basically, people get confused, and linguists do not agree in distinguishing between these two. Like there is a distinction, but most people confuse them, and the line between them is so not clear that many people believe is exactly the same thing. Okay, so let me just say presuppositions then instead. Okay, very good. Here you have exercises. Okay, but let me explain the presupposition thingy for you. Is very similar to entailment then also. So implicature, presuppositions, entailment, almost the same thing. Okay, so if someone says, for example, we're going to have, would you like to have another beer? The word another reveals that this person has had a beer before. That is the presupposition. If someone's pet has escaped and it says Marta's dog is no longer with her, it means that Marta had a dog before. It means that the dog is not with Marta at the moment of speaking. Does it imply that Marta is sad? No, that is just an assumption. Does it imply that the dog escaped because he was sick? It was sick and tired of Marta? That is another assumption. So be careful distinguishing between presuppositions and assumptions. All right? Read the manual, read also the textbook pages, and we will be doing this presupposition thing. Okay. Also, you have your use of English exercise. Do not forget to practice this because you will definitely get one in the exam. Now we're going into lesson 4, speech act theory. Okay, how sentences are used. Okay, let's read together. When someone says, "Can you help me?" that speaker normally does not simply ask a question, but he's making a request. So the expected response is not "Yes, I can," and not "Do anything," but something like "I'll be happy to," or "I'm sorry, I'm busy." In other words, sentences such as "Can you help me?" can have two possible meanings: the literal meaning, a question about the ability to help, and the intended meaning, a request for help. So, we're going to use technical terminology, and instead of saying the literal meaning, we're going to say the locution of the sentence. And instead of saying the intended meaning, we're going to say the illocution of the sentence. Okay, so let's analyze this chart then. The sentence is "You are sitting on my chair." How many types of locution do we have? We have four: affirmative, negative, imperative, and interrogative. So super easy. This sentence, "You are sitting on my chair," is a statement. It's an affirmative sentence. Yes. But that is not a description of what is happening, but the intended meaning, the illocution, is actually a request or a hint to move. So, "You are on my spot, leave my spot. Get out of there." Another one, "That dog bites." This is an affirmative sentence, it's a statement, but it's actually a warning, right? "Hake, shake, Be careful. That dog bites. Where did you hide my books? This is a question, an interrogative sentence, right? But it's more an accusation, especially if you add emphasis on you. Where did you hide my books? Another one, you cannot do that. Yes, this is a negative sentence, but it is an advice. And the other one, go ahead, make my day, is an imperative statement, but is a threat or a challenge, a dare. Okay? So we need to distinguish between literal meaning, locution, and intended meaning, illocution. Okay? This is what native speakers of English understand easily and what that foreigners, us, who are learners of English, need to understand. Yes? Many people focus, many learners of English focus on the sentence itself and they take it literally, while the person who is speaking, the native speaker, is trying to say something. Yes. How many types of elocution do we have? Thousands. We have assert, inform, claim, declare, state, predict, describe, acknowledge, deny, answer, suggest, request, question, and many others. Forbid, suggest, promise, etc., etc. So, a good learner of English, this is what they do. We know how these actions, that's why it is called speech act, by the way, how these actions are said in that language. For example, an answer like yes, yes I can, or no I can't, is the same in Spanish. Sí puedo, no, no puedo, right? But there are others, like a suggestion, for example, which are different in English. In English, we say, for example, why don't we? Why don't we? I'm suggesting something, right? It's like an invitation, right? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that, right? In Spanish, we say that too, but not as frequent as other types of suggestions. Okay, so in Spanish would be, por qué no hacemos, por qué no, like that. Yes. How is it that people apologize in English? I'm sorry. Do we say lo lamento? Only television says that. In Paraguay, we say, what do we say? Perdoname, disculpame, right? How do people condole in English? How do they swear? How do they caution or prohibit? So there are expressions in English that sometimes are not in Spanish and vice versa. Okay? Practice exercise. Work in pairs. Okay, we cannot do this in an online thingy, but let's try. It says, apologize to someone using an affirmative sentence. How would you say that? Think for a minute. I'll give you 3 seconds. One. Very good. So, apologizing to someone using an affirmative sentence. I am sorry. I apologize. Now, apologize to someone using a negative sentence. 3 seconds again. One, two. I didn't mean to hurt you. Yeah. It wasn't my intention. See, that's an apology. Warn someone using an affirmative sentence. That wall is dangerous. Okay, that chair is dangerous. You can fall. Accuse someone by asking a question. Did you take my wallet? Request someone to do something by asking a question. Could you please hand me that? Would you tell me where it is? Okay, very good. So these are speech acts. Okay, here is an exercise. You need to match. So here is the locution. Here are the locutions. Yes, this burger hasn't been cooked properly. Okay, what do they mean? Okay, and this really tests if you understand what they are saying or not, understand their intended meaning. Okay, Is this person requesting for something or rejecting something? Greeting? Definitely not greeting, right? This burger hasn't been cooked properly. Asking for our opinion, inquiring, complaining, advising, suggesting. Yes, you are right. It's asking for an opinion. So that would be number one. Number two, how about reading the latest Harry Potter book? It's brilliant. Oh, they are using this expression. How about doing something? So that would be a suggestion. That's number two. And do like this, okay? And if you have questions, let me know. Okay, of course, you have the use of English here. Okay, and that will be the end of Unit 4 and the end of the Semantics and Pragmatics course. Do not leave questions around you. Clarify these questions with me. Please clarify these questions with me. Okay, see you in the final exam. Goodbye.